Any plans of going to Tawang? Because we do know every time you speak of Arunachal Pradesh, the Chinese get concerned about it. And is there any sense that you get from the Indian establishment that you should not be traveling to these areas at this point in time?
No, that actually, you see, my last visit, in spite of some sort of noise from other side, the government of India, allowed me visit there. So nothing happened.
And will you be traveling anytime soon again?
Without invitation. Usually I do not go this area. So if invitation come, then I will accept.
There's another poet in China who was awarded in the United States of America, and they did not allow her to go because she writes against the Chinese government, and she's a very well-known person in China. They banned her from going. Are these suppressionist policies of China, and do you think it will last for long?
Oh, I see. I think they like Liu Xiaobo, when he received the Nobel Peace Prize, did not allow to receive that. And also Gorbachev, I think. Gorbachev also. These things happen, unfortunately. I think overall China is changing. So these things actually harmful for themselves. Just control is 1 or 2%. Long run, nothing gain. Give more freedom. Gain much more respect, trust from the rest of the world. Little sort of, these foolish acts, actually very bad for image of China. Actually, these such sort of acts are actually self-destructive work.
You talk about human rights and you profess respect for human rights. I'll talk about a country called Sri Lanka, which is primarily a Buddhist country, but in recent times it has been in news for all the wrong reasons. There are issues of war crimes in the country, of torture during war of the Tamils by the Sinhalese, who are primarily Buddhists. What do you have to say about the situation in Sri Lanka? Shouldn't the Sri Lankan government come up and acknowledge that there was torture and at least punish those who committed such crimes?
Now, such sort of issue, in order to make comment, as you know, my sort of comment, unless I'm sure they think I won't, I do not like to see make just a mere speculation on these things. So in order to make sort of definite sort of comment on this, first let me study very detailed about the situation. So this moment I'm not prepared. So actually these are not much use. Even I made some comment here, will not affect there. No. So no use.
Yeah, but we'd like to know how you think about human rights per se and about these countries. Let's move from Sri Lanka to Pakistan then. That we know that there have been killings between Shias and Sunnis, the fight.
Basically, the actually economy problem, some power politics or some other reasons, people quite often use name of religion. Buddhists, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslim, Hindus, Muslims, and then within same religion, Catholic, Protestant, Shia, and Sunni. These are very, very unfortunate. Like Northern Ireland, the main reason is political, but use the religious name, Catholic and Protestant. I think I'm quite sure recent sort of event in Burma. Actually, economy reasons. Then you see some people manipulate name of religion. Once name of religion involved, it's sort of much stronger to manipulate people, because religious faith very much related with emotion. In Sri Lanka, and also some Buddhist sort of as a movement, a little bit sort of negative towards other religion. These, I think, mainly, I think political or economic reasons. I think we should separate the economy issue, just purely pursue economy way, that way, should not use or relate it with religious faith.
That's true. But what do you have to say about the situation in Pakistan per se at this point in time?
Very sad. You see, Sunni and Shia is a problem. The Shia, comparatively, minority. So many occasions, I participated some Muslim sort of meeting. I actually sort of express now the minority everywhere. Sometimes you see, find some difficulties. So we have to pay more sort of attention, more concern, the weaker section of the people everywhere. So I think for the time being, I think all this, I feel the negligence in 20th century, we too much emphasis force, use force, and completely neglect about moral ethics. So, beginning of this 21st century, also now, the symptom of the past mistake is still now there. Now we have to work hard to make correction. Right. So usually I describe this century now should be century of dialogue. The previous century becomes century of violence. More suffering, no solution, nothing happened. So now, from our past experience, now, if we try to, whenever we face some sort of disagreement, some difficulties, using force is totally wrong. Now we must find non-violent way to solving or facing the problem. So I think we should sort of make every attempt, every sort of citizen or entire 7 billion human being now must wake up and think seriously about the future of humanity. Believe and implement violence. I think humanity suffer more. There's no other alternative except through dialogue. Try to solve this problem. That's the only way.
Do you think the Shias in Pakistan would be more safer in India?
It looks like that. Now here in India, recently I met with some scholar who carry research about religious harmony in this country. I met in Jodhpur some time back. I also visited that area. That sort of scholar who carries some research work, he told me he found one near Jodhpur, one Muslim village. A village means at least a few thousand population there, must be there. So he found in that village 3 Hindu families, no fear, completely safe and very friendly. So that's the India. I think that spirit, I think, should be example of the rest of the world. Religion is private business. Should not religion suppose, you see, antidote of anger, hatred? If the religion itself create more anger, more hatred, more division, that's really a disaster.
Last 2 questions to you would be one, that you've always said that the lineage of the Dalai Lama ends with you. The Chinese could think otherwise. What do you think happens? What do you think will happen?
Chinese showing interest because Dalai Lama also then is in the past also is the head of the political leadership, politics or temporal sort of power. Now I already retired, so I think eventually the Chinese communist interest about Dalai Lama may be less and less and less because no longer any political sort of role. Then sometimes I jokingly telling the people, also some Chinese, in the past some Chinese emperor actually you see involved about the reincarnation of some Tibetan Lama. Not always. And I think my case and also Third Dalai Lama's case, no involvement from Chinese emperor or Chinese government like that. So when the Chinese emperor involved some reincarnation of Tibetan Lama, they are very close link with religious sort of faith. So some cases